Hello my lovely spectators, Didi here. Welcome to the third Creep on June video for June 6th, which is my day in this collaboration. So, earlier in the day, you saw two other videos, hopefully, and I thought I would go crazy on this particular adventure here, Once Upon a Grimwood Tales, the hashtag Creep on June for 2026 by Tracy Fox. And so yes, I have joined up, and today is my day, and I decided that I didn't know what to do, so I'm gonna do a little bit of everything. And so this is the third video, and I don't have a plan, and this is literally going to be a little bit of everything. But I did have a video earlier today where I did a double page scrapbook layout using the kit. And so then I went and I did a set of cards using items from the kit. And now I'm going to make a couple of things that are more junk journal traditional items. So we have all of the critters still left that were cut out from the kit. They are fabulous. Okay, so we'll pick a few of those. We also have these little ones that were also a part of the kit. So they're cut out and they're in this little pile here. A couple of the cards that I didn't make into cards I probably could have, but I just couldn't figure out who would go best, so I kind of left it out. So we have those there. We've got some more critters on these tag shapes. We've got some other big pieces. We've got a library card. We've got a bunch of other pieces that she created that are over like this, so we're gonna do something with that. And then she also has actual pockets that were built in to the kit, cards, tag booklet card kind of things that I have to fold, envelopes. She's got it all, guys, got it all. So I did incorporate other things other than the kit, but not as like main focal images, more of like add-on type of situation. So in my first video, I made a bunch of backgrounds, grungy, on different tones of browns and creams and grays. I've used up almost all the gray, so we're going to work with the rest. I had introduced these cards, may or may not crack out this card. I think my situation here is good enough. So these are like newspapery ones from like what's it called? Oh my god, Temu. So I don't know if I'm going to use that. I got some doilies from Temu. I think I am going to incorporate because I want to add a little more green to the situation. And then this is on Elizabeth Craft's Planner Essentials. This here, obviously you know where we're going with this, right? Boom, there we go. We're going to do some IDs for a few of these fellas over here. So that's going to be a really quick one. Now, the only thing is, where am I going to do the IDs on? Like, I have these papers. I really like the idea of these papers. So now I'm thinking maybe I should just kind of make this into like, sort of like a folio so that I can decorate the front of it, have a pocket, but then, yeah, I don't know. So we're going to work with, we're going to have to cut some of this up. We're just going to have to. But let me work with these guys first. So the easy go-to things when I saw these, right, are to make ourselves some hidden paper clips. So we're going to do that really super fast. So this is something that you would do in a junk journal. So it's going to be like a little mini, this is the things we put in a junk journal. So I'm going to take out 3 random paper clips, okay, because we have 3 of these guys. What happened to my dude over here? He fell off. I have this little 3D printed fella. Okay, we're gonna need to cut some other paper. So I'm just gonna take scraps, plenty of scraps from the cutting of the stuff. cutting out of the stuff that, you know, in the kit. So just looking for kind of longish, wide enough for the paper clip. So I think we could definitely get possibly 2 out of here without a problem. Whoops. So we're going to do that. And that's all. We can get, this is not as wide as I would like. Let's get something a little wider. Okay. Oh, no, I'm not even going to go to look. It's on the floor, guys. I'm so tired. Everything falls on the floor. It's frustration. These little strips I don't normally keep, but I've been playing with some stuff in terms of like dyes and whatnot. And so I think I'm gonna wind up doing some situation. Oh my god, my brain is not talking right. Doing something with those paper strips and some of my, not coffee dyeing. I have some rust water building, so we shall see. We'll have a video on that. I've been using black to ink. It's the only dauber I have on hand, so I'm just going to do that in a second. Let's get this done. So to make a hidden paper clip, you have to have something that can go over the fact. This is going to be basically the mechanism for the simplest of paper clips, which is to put the paper clip over a piece of paper in this fashion. Okay. And then all we're going to do is we're going to glue it to the inside of here. Okay, we want to make sure that it is not going to peep out, especially here. We're going to make sure that we glue one side to one side so that we can slip that into the center. Nice and easy. It's pretty much done. I have Barely Art. We're going to play with Barely Art today on these projects. Okay. And we're going to then ink some up. So I am going to ink slightly over here so we don't see that stark white. This is black soot. That's what I've been using for my inking using this kit. Okay. And I'm thinking that I'm also going to make this look less like a tag. So I'm going to go in here and we're going to give it more of a shape so that it doesn't look just like a tag. Okay, and we're gonna do that. There we go. So these shapes are already built into the kit the way that Tracy set it up. So yeah, that's that. Okay, and then again I'm gonna ink because we will see the edges a little bit peeping to the sides, so we definitely want to kind of knock that down. And so we're making it kind of go away a little bit, just in case it peeks up to the side. Okay, we don't worry about too much on the inside because you know what, we're going to be you're not going to be opening it this wide, basically. Wow, the speaking of the English is hard right now. I feel like I'm just deteriorating so much. Okay, so we have our paper clips with our little backers here and there. So we're going to now put them inside here. So what I like to do is I want to make sure that it stays straight. Okay, I'm also gonna grab for me, I like to add a little double-sided tape. So I'm going to my tape box, which is now on the adjacent area. So my little studio here is expanding, but it's not making things any better. So yeah, so that's a problem. And that adds to whatever. I'm going to take a little piece of double-sided tape and place it across on this side and on the other side as well. Okay, and then I'll take it off on one side, and I'm going to take our glue. Okay, put it there. I'm going to put this in the center. Okay, press that double-sided tape down and then press here. This is a little too wet. I'm just going to grab a little, I guess we're going to use a piece of scrap to wipe. Now, this glue I've had for a minute. I don't know if he gets old or not. Like, people say that they do. People say they lose their ability to adhere. I don't know. So I gotta use them. Took off the glue on the other side, and then we're going to put glue on this edge real tight to the edge because we want that to. Now I'm trying to match them up. And I'm a little off, so I will make adjustments there. Okay, I was probably a little too tight to the top over here, so one of the other things you might want to take note of. Now, honestly, I didn't have to ink the edges necessarily, because once this bad boy goes on to a piece of paper or something, one is on one side, the other's on the other side. So it doesn't matter in reality, but you know, it's the habit. It's the habit. Okay, so forgot to ink around here. Now the other thing that we can do is we can add elements such as a critter or whatever to this guy here. So let's do that. We've got, you know what, let's actually set these all up first. Excuse me, like I'm ass make. Excuse me. Okay, we're going to put our double-sided tape around both sides. And one more piece of tape on this side here. Okay. All right, so somehow I have some white here, so we're just gonna knock that. We'll adjust as we go. So we're gonna do the same thing we did before. I'm gonna take off double-sided tape off of one side, add the glue to the edge over here. Okay, I'm gonna bring it here. I'm not gonna push it so harshly into that crease. Just gonna do this. Okay. Okay, I'm going to make sure that this is nice, secure, and then we're going to take off this side, and we're going to do the same thing, put the glue up to the edge. Okay, you can put a little more over here if we wanted to. And then we're going to bring the card together, kind of making sure that it's straight, even though, like I said, you're not going to see one side for the other side, you know? I'm going to hit up here a little bit, and we're going to make sure we press it down, and then we take a piece of paper which represents, and we want to make sure that we are not stuck together. Perfect. Okay, and we're going to do it again on this side, on this one. Okay, so see how many things I can make in an hour. It doesn't help that I'm making multiples of it, and so, but you know, we're gonna just do some stuff. Okay, why you got clogged already, dude? That's the only thing that's horrible. So much time is wasted having to mess around with these glues and stuff, and these nozzles. Okay, we're gonna put that here. Okay, then we're gonna put this glue on this edge. Make sure that that's nicely laid down. Again, bring them together. Not that it matters. Alright, there we go. I'm only going to hit up here because why not? Okay, we're going to press that down, and then we're going to make sure that our card can go through. Nothing is getting stuck. So now we have our hidden paper clips made out of these cards that she had in the kit. We're going to take, we don't really have small critters, but we're going to see. We're going to see. This guy, he's the little creepy looking guy there. We're going to put him there on one side. We're going to ink him around. I have a video, guys. If you have a silhouette, I got a video out on my channel that shows you how to use your silhouette to cut these guys out, because imagine cutting these out. I was imagining and it was scaring the heck out of me. So we're just gonna pick a few to put on each side. We're just gonna put a couple of critters here and there. So I think she kind of goes with that space. And then let's just find somebody else. This is like a kitchen. Let's see. There's a couple of them that have little brooms. Let's find one with a little broomstick. That's a sickle. Where's the... Here it goes. Yeah, I like her. I don't know. I'm calling her her. She's been dubbed a her. Now, over in Tracy's Facebook group and her page, there was discussion as to what other different fairy tales these guys are from. I don't know myself, but if you're interested, go check out her Facebook group. We're going to put her right there. So let me hit this over here a little bit too. It's kind of too light. Alright, so now we're just going to add a bunch of adhesive because we want it to be nice and flat down. Okay. And we're going to put her in the kitchen with the broom. Okay. Does it matter that the broom is hanging off? No. Because we're not going to see that once we put the paper clip in. And let's see if we could find a word or something that we can put there with her. Okay. Horror, no. Vamp, fear. Creeping. Let's just put any little word, use up some of these labels. We've got a ton of little label words here, so we're going to put, I don't know, creeping doesn't seem right. Creepy creatures, fur fear, horror, dark, creature curio, fear. It's a lot of words there. Horror, spooky. You know what, let's just put spooky, because why not? Okay, why not? I think creeping might be good for him. He looks like he's creeping over there, so that's why. I'm just going to put a little spooky here, add a little label on that side. And then we're going to do him. Now, do we want him creeping where the fence is or like this? I think I'm going to put him in the center, a little off center. I don't know. I don't want to put them all on this side, but he kind of feels like I want to see this part. So we're going to glue him down on this side here. He's creeping in the fall in the graveyard. Okay. Now, if that bothers you, you're not going to see it because it's going to go over a page. So we're gonna put this down here just because to be different. So we're creeping. He's creeping in the graveyard. And then we have the other one. So what are we gonna put? Once upon. Okay, so we're just gonna. It's too big. It's too big. Let's try to find something we can put. I know they've gotten so jumbled since I started working with everything. Monster. She did the monster mash. You can put the witch's crow. No. No. Beasts. Nightmare. Grimwood. Let's do that. Grimwood. Okay, I'm just gonna put a little. A little goes a long way, so we're gonna put a little Grimwood here. This is the indicating that this is Grimwood. Straighten him out. Oh, Bart, Bart, Bart. That's barely art. And then we're just gonna put this guy, her right there. She is the princess of the castle. I don't know, just making things up as I go along. Okay, I'm gonna put her like this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so on one side we have this. Now we can also decorate the other side. So why not do that? Let's see what we have on the other side. Let's find some other creepy crawlies because, you know, why not? So this dude, we're gonna ink up that extra edge of whatever. We're gonna make believe that that was like a ghostly shadow or something like that. We're gonna put him here. Okay. And then on this one, which is a kitchen, let's find something smaller. Do we have a small one? There are not a lot of small ones. So she's on this side. We can put him on the other side because why not? Okay. Okay, so we're just gonna attach him right away. So we have the Grimwood, so we have our queen or princess or whatever on one side, and we have our gentleman on the other side here. Okay, and we can also put something. Let's see here. We could put this, and we'll just put the word Gothic on his because why not? Right? We just want to add a little label. Okay, so I can put Gothic. Where do we want to put it? Let's put it down here. Let's leave that up there open. So one is done. Let's go to this one, the forest guy. We're gonna put him down the center. Okay. And we're gonna do Crooked Forest. Did I ink this? No. Okay. Because it's Crooked Forest, I'm gonna put it a little crooked. And now we need something for the back here. This is those little furry bits bother me. Kitchen, and then the back of this kitchen. Let's see. No, we don't want to put the same. It's like two of these, right? Oh no. Okay. Looking for something smaller size that would kind of go with what's in here. Possibly the colors go nicely. So I think I'm gonna just stick with this one. The colors to me go, whereas the red is a little bit forest. Okay, so this is like a Snow White kind of. She's in the thing with the thing and the thing. Okay. There we go. Okay, and we're gonna just put her right there on this side, and let's get a word for her. No, no, not Little Red. She's not Little Red. Just something simple. Um, let's put the word curious there. Why not? Now, do we put the curious up here? I think it goes well up here. We'll do that. Alright. So we've got some hidden paper clips, some jumbo size hidden paper clips with critters on it. Put it to the side right now. Let's just put it to the side. Now, with these, they were already in there, right? She had these set up. So I'm just going to ink around here. Let's go. Let's go inking around here, these guys. Okay. So even though I trimmed them with a trimmer, a little white is there. I'm not going to get rid of the white by doing a massive amount of cutting or whatever. The ink is taking care of it just fine. Okay. The only thing is I really am going to have to change this little fuzzy thing because the little pieces are getting everywhere. So I used one on my scrapbook page, and so we have 5 more. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take these and we're just going to make them little cards, and we're going to put critters on them. And that'll be like little journal cards that can be put in there. I would say we could round the edges and stuff like that, but that's not going to happen because of the squareness of the layout. I thought about it doing it in the other video, and it didn't feel quite right. So we have 5. So we can get 5 journal cards that come out of this, right? And so this, I'm looking at the picture inside as the up situation. And so we're going to look for some people that we can put on here. Now, she is in the forest walking. Perfect. We're going to just put that there. No fuss, no muss. This one is over here. Why not? Okay. This covers up so much of that. These two kind of hard because, you know, you're covering up. You need something a little narrower to kind of cover that. Not cover it up completely. We've got this that covers it up way too much. We need narrow. Okay. I'm going to put him just because we're going to cover it, but I like the macabre, so that's going to go with him. It's going to be cool. Cool. And I want to kind of use things that feel like masculine. They all feel very feminine with the dresses. And so this dude, I'll put him there. I don't know, this batch of cutting didn't work out, but the rest of it are just really, really nice. Nicely done. Do not go under the computer. Do not go under the computer. Okay, let's put him here. Okay, there we go. So we've got some guys putting up there. So now we're going to ink everybody to knock back that cream color. Now, I didn't print these on cream paper. That's the cream that's built into her digital, because a lot of, you know, digital people are now putting this little round the edge like a glow so that you don't have a stark white if you don't get super close. So yeah, so I'm just hitting it and it's gonna knock it back even further. Okay, and I tried to cut really close. I think I must have banged the machine for a couple of these batches because I was all over the place trying to make a video, trying to do that, getting everything cut up into the middle of the night. So but the alternative is the amount of fussy cutting would have been crazy. We're just going to glue them down. They are going to just be journal cards. We're just decorating them with having that. Something as simple as that, right? Nothing too crazy. Okay, we're gonna put her here. Okay. And I think we can actually put little red there, so we might do that. Okay. Now for our little bat looking, Dracula looking, Count looking frog, I think, right? Frog? Lizard? Frogs? Frog. We're going to put him a little high because of the word macabre, like that. We're just going to put him in the center. And then let's see if we could find him a nice little word. We're going to call him a creep. Why not? Why not? All right. And then, yeah, it doesn't take a lot to decorate when you have a kit that is really well put together, where the images are just so cool. We're going to put that over here because I want to see a little bit of that. And so we've got this. Now, what kind of a word can we put there? We're going to put, let's put Grim, like that's his name. And let's put it here. All right. We'll do that in a second. This one. That says Fur Fear. I'm going to cover it. This is just, you know, because. Putting him down here. And we're going to look for something for him. Let's do spooky, because why not? And then this one, I need to knock back this little section a little bit better. So I'm going to get in there. Yeah, there you go. Knocked back. No big deal. And now let's glue her down. Okay. I'm assuming, I'm saying her, I'm assuming. But I think it does have a dress on. No, it has a cape. It could be a boy. We're just going to put it right here. Okay. Okay, and then what can we put with it? Let's put eerie, curse, no, fear. I think we're gonna just go with eerie. So now we're gonna hit all these guys up, and we're just gonna put one little label on each one. So we're gonna put eerie over here. Okay, I'm just gonna go right here on top of there. And we're going to put spooky here. Okay. I'm not adding any dimension right now. I haven't felt the need to. Spooky right here. Spooky over here. Let's do that. Okay. Then we're going to put grim. Like Sir Grim over here. Another one down in the bottom. Then we have our little creep over here, so we're gonna put that. Creep is there. I just noticed it, but I'm still gonna put creep because that's what I got going on. That's what I picked. That's what I felt like. So creep and creep. We're gonna put creep. Or should we put? Let's. You know what? No, I don't want to cover his ear. Oh, we're gonna do. Alright, we're just gonna do that. And then we have little red. Okay, and we're gonna put little red here. Okay. Yeah, thinking about it, I'm like, oh, it's layering over something else, but it is what it is. So we have our little red there. Okay, so we've got 5 little journal cards in the back. A little dusty worse for wear. We could add a little bit perimeter to give it that really, you know, dirty kind of thing. We could add a little stamp of some texture of coffee dye rings or something like that. Totally optional. So when you are using something that has a white background and you don't want to coffee dye it or add another layer of paper, because I did use cardstock to print, and it gets all dirty, well, add some grunge to it and masquerade that into that you meant it that way. Okay, I don't want to get another thing because it'll be too aggressively dark. So the overhang over here, I can choose to cut it off or just try to ink it up. I don't want to cut it off. Doesn't matter. No, I want to leave it. So now we have our other thing, which is 5 of the cards that are there. You just decorate them with your favorite little creatures. So we got 5 journal cards. And where did I put the thumbtacks? Not the thumbtacks. What is it? Oh my goodness. Oh, I put them over here on the side. Alright, what else do we got going on here? So, she's made some envelopes, so you can just fold them up like that. I'm not going to make the envelopes for this video. I'm also not going to fold these over. Well, I could, because this is another perfect opportunity to add a critter. So all these critters are going to find homes onto these pieces of ephemera that she's made. So we're going to do that. We're going to take our little tag booklet thingies. Okay. And at first I just thought this was like a mirror image flip, but it's not. It's actually a fully developed image that she's made into 2 pieces. Very interesting. So yeah. So we're gonna keep these going like this. We're gonna fold them all over. Okay. Now if you wanted to add a little bit more fun to this and you wanted to add like a tassel or something of that nature, you could punch the hole in the top. I'd punch it only in the front, not necessarily the back, because we're not going to put it all the way through. And then go from there. So, yeah. Okay, lining this up. So now we're going to be able to make these little booklets. And again, using the critters as a focal point, we're going to match them up. So we're going to put somebody there. We're going to put somebody here. We're going to put somebody here. Now, if it's off, we cut and we'll trim, because I use my trimmer. I didn't do my scissors. Okay, and we're going to do this. So more journaling availability, okay, based upon what we got going on here. So let's just do that. Let's turn all the things into the things. Okay, so now we're gonna figure out who's gonna go with who, because we have all of these guys, and why not put them to good use? Okay, so let's pick them all up so that I have a better handle on things. And then we're gonna see that some of these, oh, we have a little arrow there. Okay. We also have tag ones, but I don't think that they go like a tag on a tag. So we're gonna make these guys, right? So let's just figure out who's gonna go where. If it feels like it goes, or if it takes up too much space, because that may be the case. These guys that are double, I kind of like them here. So, because of the tones. This one, I think he's gonna go here in the thing, the forest. What's going on there? That's the stagecoach. So I'm just looking through. Ooh, I like the colors here for her. Okay, and then this one is too much coverage there. Yeah, so this is going to be hard because you're going to cover the entire thing. This one, we're kind of going to get away with, you know, having it hang over a little bit. This one, we can also have it hang over as well as this. So maybe we don't have to put something on every single one. That is possible as well. Could be forcing the issue. Okay. Maybe we put her there. We could put this guy there, or we can put this one. I think I would have to cut a little bit more of that white off on here. Okay, these tags go over there. No, no. Let's see here. I don't have anything else that's kind of narrow. Yeah, no. Okay, this is a double that's very wide. He's so creepy, but no. She's so big. Okay, so maybe we might have to do a tag on a tag. I'm not sure. Oh, she's so pretty. Isn't she pretty? Oh. I don't know, we'll do something there with that. And I kind of want the green with the green, so okay, let's do that. So we're going to do the same kind of thing. We'll just, you know, we're making pieces of ephemera using all the critters and the pieces that she has set up. So now we have these little tag booklet things. So we're going to put that there. Okay, and we're gonna put her or him, probably a her. I don't know why I'm saying that's a her on here. This one I need to do this. I need to, because this is just too much. I mean, it's doable to fussy cut, but I don't want to have to look at. You see how many critters, right? It's awesome to imagine having to fussy cut all of those guys. So I use my machine, but we will go from here. That'll get knocked down, the sickle behind him and whatnot. So there we go. That'll go there. We're gonna put her with the stagecoach. We'll figure that out in a second. Okay, they're all inked up, and so we're gonna do the same thing of trying to look for a little sentiment or something to go with it. And we still have so many. Okay, let's see here. Let's take her. So now here's the thing, right? I'm like, she's here. But you know what? I could put her here. Her tail would be a little, what's going on inside? We could also do something like that. That would be cute. I could put her extended past this whole part being showing. You may want to kind of, you know, give it some color. So we'll do that right now. Okay, and then we're going to add adhesive. This, because it's like a booklet, right? We're gonna put her there like that, bring her down right there. Okay, we're gonna put her there. That's knocked back a little bit so it's not stark white, and then we can still have the booklet and open up. Okay, and we got that. So now we can put a little something on there. We'll do that later. With him, let's just put him straight in the middle with this thing in the back of him. So we're not gonna mess around too much with this one. get all the little appendagey pieces that are hanging off so that they get glue on them as well. Okay, I'm gonna put that down low. Okay, so he's here. We'll find a word for him. Now this is bothering me slightly. The other side is much better, so I think I'm gonna need to just trim off some of this white because it is still a booklet. It's not a hidden paper clip. So when we put this into a pocket, that will be visible. Okay, we're done with that one. With her, we're going to do something very similar. We're going to have her hang off as well. So we're going to need to ink up and put some ink on the other side. Get some color so it's not stark white. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to put the adhesive on the part that's going to be attached. Okay, to there so we can see her. Make sure that we got enough coverage. And she is looking towards going towards that little house in this back there. These guys I'm gonna put in the center. The broom is irrelevant, but the rest of it goes with them very nicely, so I will have to hit the edges that's overhanging because I'm not gonna cut that off. Okay, now we're gonna put glue all over. Okay, and we're gonna put them right there in the way of that. Okay, so make sure that that's covered, right? With her, we are gonna put her here. She is much wider, which is fine, right? I think with her though, I might want to cut it off because she just it feels too like a thing sticking out. So I might cut her off. So let's just do this. Let's put the adhesive here. Okay, you just gotta do what feels right. So she feels like she can be here by the tree with the apples, and then I feel like this needs to be cut off. So we're gonna cut that off. Okay, and then we'll hit that with a little bit of ink on this side. Yeah, so I'm good with that. I think that's cool. That's cool. We'll find some words for her. Okay, for her, we're gonna do similar, right? We're gonna ink up part of her, but I'm actually gonna hang her off this side. So we want to ink up this side of her head and give it some color. Okay. So that we can have her hanging off. This is a piece that should have come out. There we go. There we go. And even though this is coming awkwardly over here, the rest of her is that way, so I'm not gonna trim that away. This is feeling weird, so I just pull it off. So now you can open this up and still write. So even though it's hanging off this side, you can open it, because you will take it out, open it, and then be able to put it down. If they try, you're not gonna open it when it's on the table, so it's not gonna bend, is what I was trying to show. And now our little Dracula mouse guy, we're gonna put him there, so he needs some inking on this side and some inking in the tail. So I'm using the table because this is a little more delicate with the tail. I'm afraid to rip it off, and I'm also just tired. Okay, so we're going to put everything. This is gonna have a little bit of adhesive up here, up to about there, up to about there. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to put him on the floor right here. He's got the moon and behind him. The tail did wind up coming off the edge, which is fine. I thought it would. Okay, so now we have all of these guys, these little tag, what's it called, tombstone things. So now let's do some matching of some words. So we're going to put whatever we can next to it. We can put fear here, nightmare there, haunted there. I think that looks cool there. Let's see, put scream for her. And then this one, she just looks like a brat. So, but there's not a thing that says storybook creeps right there, because we have them plural. And let's see if we can find something for our little friend over here. Nightmare, full moon, no. Beasts. She's a beast? No, she's one though. She's not a beast. She's not plural. She's not plural. Fright, gothic. She's, ooh, uncanny? Why not? Let's use the words. Let's use all the words. Oh, we forgot over here. No. 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 Crim Tales. The Crooked Forest? No. Too white. Let's see, what else? Little Creeps? No. Yes, The Crooked Forest, Shadow Tale. Supernatural. Scream. Okay, I need to start moving things out the way, but I should have done that before. No. I'm not using these things as of right now anytime soon, so I'm gonna put those to the side as we keep looking like we should have done from before. Creepy? No, I don't like that font. Okay. Disturbed. She's disturbed. Let's do that. Okay, so that's as easy as that. No additioning for too much. We'll pick them, one and done. Everything goes very nicely together. So we have our little creeps over here. So we're just gonna put that storybook creeps right there. Okay, so we got that. Haunted. It looks like it's a haunted house. Should she go over there? Will her witchy sisters be waiting for her? We don't know. Okay, so we're gonna put this one by the haunted house. Haunted. She's haunted by going over there. Nightmare. Obviously, he's a nightmare. He's the thing of nightmares. He will come to you in your nightmares. All that good stuff. I swear. Okay. Okay, nothing fancy. Just gonna dictate whatever. She is disturbed. She's perplexed. She's lost in the forest. Someone messed up her coach. And so now she is disturbed. Okay, over here, she's going to make you scream. I hadn't put anyone down here. I don't know why it didn't come to me to put any of those down there, but let's put one of these down here because it doesn't always have to be in the top. Uncanny. Yeah, I'm gonna just use this one because I don't know. When I saw it, it was like, okay, yeah, that sounds good. It sounds good. She's uncanny sense of what's happening going on here. And our little guy with the fear in his eyes. He's a newly birthed vampire. He's got fears as to what he's feeling. His thirst for the blood is scaring him internally. So we're gonna put the fear right here. Okay, so we're able to make a bunch more of these, or this may or may not be what was intended, but this is what I saw, and this is what now I have plenty to put inside pockets to go. So we got those. Let's see, I don't even know what time it is. Hold up, let me see how long, if I can tell. No, I can't tell. Okay guys, that's been an hour. I think that we're gonna hold off on doing anything else because, you know, it's been a lot. So just some simple basic things. You don't have to do anything too crazy. We've got our little tombstone cards that were set up by Tracy. So all we needed to do was decorate them real quick and easy. We've got our little journal cards, the same thing. Adding the words and the critters onto them. So we have 5 of those. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. Tombstone, 5 cards. And then we have 3 hidden paper clips with back-to-back creatures. Could we do more? Of course, there's so much to do. But for right now, for today, we're gonna call it done. This is the 3rd video for the day, for my day of coming out with Coupon June stuff. And if you want me to put together some ID cards, if you want to have me play with any of this, oh, I forgot about these. I'm a mess. Just let me know in the comments below, and I'll be glad to, you know, sit down and make another video using the contents here and post it up another one of these days in June. Other than this, I'm gonna have regularly scheduled programming of just any other thing that's going on. And hopefully you will come back and see that. So if you're new, please consider subscribing. That would be awesome. If you've been here a minute, thank you so much for coming back and giving me that support and show me that love. Please comment. Again, very basic, but we got a lot done in an hour, I think. And we have a good amount of ephemera now. So that's a nice little thing. And yeah, so until next time. Ciao, ciao. Bye.